Hey everybody, sorry about the noise, but it's time to test the compressor and let you know if it's all good now. So Mitch is on school holidays. I got him here. He's what'd you let the tyres down to? 20 psi all round.
Yep.
Just like we're on a trip.
Yep.
And you're going to pump them back up now, yeah?
Yep.
We're going to work the compressor hard, one after the other, non-stop, straight from this one straight to the next one. See people, we don't use the inflator, we just connect it direct. It's quicker, better airflow, and you don't have to stand bent over. You can do something else. You can go do some inspection type work. Anyway, sounds good so far. Let's have a listen to it. Sounds good, yeah?
It sounds more quiet than normal.
Quieter than normal. Maybe it was having issues with that bearing. Anyway, I'll let you know if there's any issues. Just a quick video to confirm that repair is successful or not. That's disconnecting it, and he's checking it with a pencil gauge. Give it a bit more, I reckon. How many tires is that? 2 done. Is this the third one? Sounds pretty good to me. Getting warm as usual, but seems good. That's the hot part right there. That's the, remember that sleeve there? Right there. Sounds good. Smells like a new one though. Anyway, look, that concludes what we already thought we knew. I'll give you a bit of information that ARB head office and all the ARB stores, numerous stores I spoke to and employees couldn't give you, so I'll give you some tips. Okay, first thing is the symptoms. What were the symptoms? Symptoms is one thing to be concerned about so you can work out when it's going to happen, but I would suggest if you've got an early one of these compressors before 2017, it's either time for some maintenance or an upgrade. So at a time that you're not using it, I'd remove it from the vehicle, strip this end off so you can have a look and see if it's got the clip to hold the piston on. Whether it has or not, put some grease on that bearing on the bottom of the piston. That's another maintenance item I'm going to recommend people do. Because look, I'm not the expert on it, but it seems like I know more about these than any information I could find anywhere. I've spent weeks and months on this. Multiple stores, employees, people on the phone, people at the workshops. One guy, he knew a little bit about it, you know, could be this, could be that. So this is my symptom, right? My symptom was this thing was working beautiful. About the last 3 or 4 times I pumped up tyres, I think it was all on the last trip, it started this surging like that, and you think, oh yeah, electrical and everything's clean and good. There's no issues with any of the electrical. It goes direct across here, direct to the battery. There's a fuse there, which eventually blew. So that was the cause of it stopping working. And it was simply because it was jammed, because the conrod came off the, what was that piece called again? I've forgotten. Watch the other videos, people. There's a playlist there called ARB Compressor, K on bracket. All the videos are in there. Watch them from the start. So that was the symptom for me. I'm going to recommend maintenance before that happens. I'm going to recommend you upgrade. $54 is what I paid for that little piston kit. It suits. It's got the 2 different sizes. All the information's in the other videos. I wouldn't miss it. I used Loctite. They recommend 272. I couldn't get my hands on that. I think I used 263. Again, check the other video. Time will tell if that holds, if it gets too hot. Can't remember the temperature now, but I don't think this compressor is getting anywhere near as hot. It gets warm. It's probably going to get hot. It's probably going to get to 100, more or less. I'm not sure really. But I'm not really sure, am I? Remember? Now, I've repositioned this maybe, and that's down a little bit. That's actually rubbing on that little housing a little bit. So That's a bit of a bad design, isn't it? So they really need to have that a bit further away. I could obviously raise that up, but I think I might have been sitting a little bit higher than that originally, but I decided to angle it slightly towards my advantage to the side of the vehicle rather than exactly straight up and down when I put it back together. And same with that, I just was happy to let that be down a little bit to take a bit of restriction off this line. I didn't install this air line. That was one of the ARB shops for the long warranty, 5 years with a locker and whatever. I decided to let them do the whole job because hopefully they'd be able to take care of that. That was the decision 10 years ago. So far, so good. I've seen better routing of the wiring and the zip ties and where it goes. It's kind of like just make a direct line. You could do better with that is the only thing, but I haven't had any issues. So it seems I've done a reasonable installation as I was promised they would by the store manager. We don't want any videos. We know you are. Look after you. Don't worry. I've got the guy for you. Anyway, that's what happened. If only everybody could get that lucky. The one we did the inspection on recently that had oil over there, it's booked in to get the front diff pulled out and the seal replaced again. So there you go. But good customer service, I guess, and getting in there quickly before his trip is always a bonus. So this one, it's all good. Some of the other issues, I have heard of people having issues with the relay, which is mounted here the correct way up, so it shouldn't get any water. I pulled that apart, it was nice and clean. So there's no issues with my relay, there's no issues with my battery connection. I've actually seen those wires melted as well on one of the portable ones. I don't know if that's for any particular reason to do with other connections or whatever, but I've got a really good connection direct to the cranking battery, and I only pump up the tires with the engine running, even though it will run without the engine running. But you know, I do it with the engine running. You can see the color of the wire this side is very red. I don't know if it's because it's a different wire that side there, but it appears to be a bit discolored, but it is 10 years old. I don't see any issues, any corrosion, any melting. You know, that could have been cleaner than it was, but I haven't really cleaned it up. I've just disconnected and replugged in a number of times, which I believe that'll clean the connections enough. We'll just keep an eye on that maintenance-wise. I think they're a good compressor. They're $400 or something, I believe now, which is, it's up there a bit for what it is, but it's easily rebuildable, maintainable. I don't see anything that's going to stop this thing now. The motor side of it looked really good quality. The operation of the whole thing, they get the job done. Overall, I'm happy with it. I do think it's exy, but it's easy to maintain. I do think they should have had a customer service thing on these piston things when they realised, hang on a minute. Firstly, that conrod coming off the end of the axle, it was called the axle seat, come back to me. And also they've upgraded that from an M5 to an M6, which I think could be a problem for people from time to time with that busting off, and then of course being hard to get out, and then resulting in maybe having to replace the whole motor, which I believe the motor assembly is about $200 to $250, something like that. Not too bad, I guess, but it's not a lot of money in the big scheme of things. But anyway, the later ones, I reckon if they've got an M6 and the clip, they're probably not going to have any issues, but I'd still probably recommend, depending how often you use yours, every 5 or 10 years, maybe open up this. It's pretty straightforward, as you've seen in my other videos, and putting some grease on those little needle roller bearings on the big end bearing, if you like, to keep that lubricated, because the way I see it, that's what's going to wear out. I've kept a spare piston if anybody needs one. I've kept the M6, which I'm not going to use on this one. I've got another compressor which might have the M6, but if anybody local to me needs the M6, it's broken off, anything like that, and you see this video, happy to let you come and pick it up, whatever. It's just in the spare parts box for the ARB compressor. That's a video, just thought I'd let you know. So far, so good. The only thing I'll say is time will tell with that Loctite. We'll let you know throughout videos on our next trip, so subscribe, turn the bell on. Ford Before Diesel, Ford Before Adventures. There'll be videos before, after, during, whatever. What order they come out, who knows. I'm on holidays, wear clothes, bada bing, bada boom. See you, I don't know, back on deck probably around the middle of August. By the time we get all this work finished, all our maintenance, all our parts restocking, and actually get away on a trip, I'd say, yeah, we'll be back on deck about the middle of August. Let's aim for about whatever a Monday is, about the 18th, 19th, 20th of August. Somewhere around there is probably going to be your magic day. That's what you get for watching to the end. Thanks for, by then you'll have your tax return back. You'll have some funds ready to get your injector kit or your BFE kit. BFE kit, this one was done before the last trip in case you missed that. Anyway, stop talking, Anthony. Let's wrap it up. Gave you your feedback. It's all information. That's why I'm still talking. Thank you for listening to me so I can help you. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch you later.